Have you ever been sick with a cold or the flu, and instead of resting, you just get mad at yourself for being lazy? That's me this week. I've got COVID, and in this video, I'm going to talk about how I nearly convinced myself that I was faking to myself, and explain why ADHDers have such a hard time resting, even when we're sick. Let's get started. Let's face it, rest is rarely restful for ADHDers. Our minds race, our bodies yearn to move, and the ever-growing list of unfinished tasks just looms over our heads. What's that saying? No rest for the wicked? Well, ADHDers take that to heart. Anything less than total productivity and perfection is likely to send us into a shame spiral, even in our sickbed. And this week, I've had a lot of time to question why that is. If you're a returning viewer, you've probably noticed the change in scenery behind me. And that's because I've been stuck in this room all week, so I haven't been able to get to my studio to film my regular scheduled video. And despite being quite sick and having a positive COVID test, I nearly managed to convince myself that my experience wasn't real, and pretty much shamed myself the whole week for not getting more done. In fact, I nearly ignored my symptoms entirely at the beginning of the week, and I would have put a lot of people I care about in danger had I not finally crashed and taken that test. Why did I do that? Because despite the progress I've made, I've internalized one simple message: I'm not enough. ADHDers are told again and again to try harder, even when we're trying our absolute hardest. And eventually, we stop trusting our ability to judge our own effort. And perfectionism seeps through the cracks between our perceived effort and our actual reality. We use productivity to hold back the shame we feel in most circumstances. And when we're sick, we can't do that. So we end up fighting off the shame instead of the illness, which usually just means that we are sick for longer. And it's not like we have a choice in this matter. That shame is gifted to us in childhood. ADHDers receive 20,000 more instances of negative feedback before the age of 10 than our neurotypical peers. It's no wonder we grow up into anxious, overwhelmed adults that hate themselves unless they're perfect. And let's face it, nobody's perfect, but ADHDers don't even come close. And that's when we're well, let alone when we're sick. And listen, I would love to blame the outside world for this impossible standard, but this one's on me. My clients understand, my family understands. The only person shaming me is me. And despite knowing this, I'm still beating myself for not using this downtime more effectively. I could be writing scripts or catching up on my studies. I could be cleaning the house, despite the fact that that would put everyone else that lives here at risk. Doesn't mean that I didn't think about it. It's ridiculous, but here I am. I mean, there is progress, though. I could have gotten all dressed up and put on makeup and headed on over to my studio, which is about 15 minutes walk away, just to film a video and pretend nothing was different, nothing was wrong. So the fact that I'm filming makeup-free and in my bedroom is actually a huge success, in a way. I mean, I still couldn't convince myself that I could go without putting out a video this week. I'm not perfect. None of us are. And at some point, we just have to accept that that's okay. Deep down, I know that this is true. And I will continue to try to muster up the self-compassion that I would give to anybody else. I mean, I wouldn't be this mean to my friends, so why am I allowing myself to be mean like this to me? It's funny, I think that I'm pretty good at giving myself grace. I accept that I'm going to fall short of my goal sometimes, and I embrace failure as much as I possibly can. But it turns out that that grace is action dependent. So when I'm sick and I'm not able to do anything, that grace is thrown out the window. Which is ridiculous because neurodivergence is a disability after all. There are going to be plenty of times that I simply can't act. It's ridiculous. I mean, neurodivergence is a disability after all, which means there are going to be plenty of times where I can't act, and I need to find a way to be okay with that because my brain is always going to say the opposite. So if you're like me right now and feeling like you're stuck in an actual room or metaphorical, then know that you're not alone. Allow yourself to rest. You don't have to earn it, and I'll try to do the same. I don't know. That's what I've got for you this week. I hope that I'm feeling better enough to film an actual video in my studio for next week. But until then, I'm going to just try to allow myself to rest some more, hope that I feel better, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'm Kristen, this is Creatively Divergent, kinda, and I'll see you next week. Oh, and if you're feeling really bored, then binge my playlist. You'll find lots of information on ADHD and the pros and cons of being neurodivergent. Bye.